Hi, my name is Zayden from Tribe 3 Productions. We are here at Fan Expo Chicago 2024. I forgot to get this interview at Oddities Convention Center at McCormick, and it was, I was sad. But now I see you at Fan Expo Chicago, and I get the pleasure of doing this. So, by the way, can you please tell our audience who you are and what is your designs?
My name is Bryn Gleason. I am a original mixed media artist. Right now we're at Fan Expo Chicago. A little bit of an oddball here because I don't do fan art, but yeah, I don't know. We met at the Oddities Expo. I do a lot of those shows too. But yeah, I do mixed media stuff, so you can see some of it behind me. I do drawing, painting, photography. I do like historic printmaking. I do intaglio copper etching. That's sort of my specialty, but I do a whole mix of stuff. So
now, for seeing all of this amazing art, are there any like type of pieces that you wanted to showcase at Fan Expo exclusively?
I don't do anything like exclusive for specific shows. I'm just making stuff all the time, so it's kind of like if you see it and you buy it, then it's gone. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But I always like to bring.
Let's see.
A couple of my copper plates with me because that's my specialty, is the copper etching.
Yeah.
So I print from these copper plates, and then when I'm done printing them, I build wood panels for them and coat them in resin. Mm-hmm. And this is something I don't know any other printmakers that like sell the copper plates coated in resin like this. So this kind of is like a unique thing that I do. But I do a lot of paintings too. This is one of my newest pieces.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, this is what intrigued me. Well, can you please tell us about your new piece?
Yeah. This one's titled Demon. It's sort of a new series that's an expansion on a series that I did last year. It was a kind of exploring, loosely inspired by sleep paralysis, and then the new series is a little bit more leaning towards death. So I don't always gravitate towards like heavy, dark concepts, but I typically do. My work's very like introspective, so it's kind of just like what I'm personally going through oftentimes is what I put into my artwork. So yeah, I have my next solo exhibition is actually next weekend in Denver at Art Gym Denver. So I've got like 20 original paintings similar to this one that are going to be on display there, and that show's going to be up for a month. I can show you too with all the original ones I do on wood panels with the like kind of shadowy, ghosty demons. I like to have them sort of like either like moving through the board and like leaking through to the back. So I'll do like a little bit of a shadow on the back, or I'll do an entire new painting on the back. So it's sort of like a secret surprise for whoever buys the piece. Like the wall facing side is also an original piece of artwork. So that's kind of a fun thing that I started doing.
That's really beautiful. And then, by the way, just like looking at your art style, when starting your career, how did you know which path or kind of like, you know, the type of style that you wanted to pursue when you started this business?
I mean, honestly, I didn't have like a specific direction. I feel like my work is always evolving. So I really started pursuing my art like as a career when I discovered the intaglio copper etching printmaking. I was really gravitated towards like the layered process and the technical process to learn of like etching the metal plates and like using the different chemicals and acids. The process was really interesting to me, but the end results were also so beautiful. It was like a lot of like really delicate, subtle, like black and white tonalities. In the last couple of years, I've kind of expanded from the copper etching work that I do. I'm doing a ton of mixed media stuff, and I've just been really into black and white, and then doing a lot of like metallic gold accents. And so it just evolves as I do. Like all my jewelry is gold now. It's like I'm feeling gold, so I put it in my artwork. It just kind of happens.
Well, no, and also when I saw also like mixed media, I know you mentioned the last time when we met at Oddities that you took off for photography recently. So what kind of style do you like to shoot in your photography, even though it's new to you?
I do a lot of like self-portraits. Some of my work are very intentionally self-portraits because my work's introspective a lot of the time. But I'll do portraits of other people as well. A lot of my images sort of is like a coincidence that it ends up being me in the artwork because I'm just always there when I'm making my artwork. And then if I'm the photographer and the model, I have like full control over how it's all going to, you know, come out. But again, I didn't like pick a specific kind of like photography that I wanted to do. I just kind of, honestly, I'm making it up as I go and just kind of letting the process be experimental and creative. So with my photography, I very rarely will just have a photograph. Every now and then I'll draw on them digitally to manipulate the image more, make it a little bit like fantastical and not like quite just a photo. Or a process that I really like to do is I will print out the photograph and then I'll do a clear acrylic and water treatment to get the ink to start to bleed out of the paper, and then I fix the photo to a piece of glass with glue, and I do layers of clear acrylic and painting and drawing and clear acrylic and kind of build it up, and then I cut it off the glass and mount it onto wood. So it's sort of like photo based, but it's also an original painting at the same time.
I think that's the reason why I found you so intriguing at Oddities. Even though there was a lot of booths at photographies there, yours was the favorite one. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. Sorry, Spooky Snaps. I'm sorry. But again, so by the way, last thing, because I know you had a lot of customers coming up, socials and your next. I know you said you're already your next convention, but please, I'd love to hear it again.
Yeah. Okay. My next solo art exhibition is going to be at Art Gym Denver next week, and that show's going to be up for a month. And then the next convention that I'm doing Grand Rapids Comic Con next month, and I'm doing an Oddities and Curiosities Expo in Portland, Oregon, beginning of October. Okay. So yeah, and then I do a bunch of stuff around Chicago. This is where I'm based. And if you want to find me on social media, my Instagram is Bryn_Gleason. It's up there too. And then my website is BrynGleason.com.
It's a pleasure, Bryn. Oh my God, I finally get to do this interview. So you guys, Fan Expo Chicago 2024, check out her work. It's beautiful. Cheers. We got more interviews coming up from Fan Expo and also Media Day at the Park for Fan Expo, and also Anime Magic sponsored by Adobe Gillis. All right, you guys, cheers.
Thanks.